Alright, so what we're going to do now is some more attacks from turtle position. This one we're going to do more of some stuff from the Crucifix. So, same sort of thing as before. I want to keep my weight centered, not to fight back, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Now, if he's got his arms in, defending a little bit closer to his neck, this kind of thing. Okay. Sometimes it can be hard to free up his arms to get some space to get my arms in, or in this case, we're going to have the Crucifix get my legs in. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is take the back of his collar here like this, and just either his belt or his pants or his butt, and I'm just going to throw him forward, okay? And now everyone's reaction when they don't expect it's coming, when they're going to get thrown forward, they're going to post their hands on the mat. Otherwise, you hit your forehead on the mat, and no one wants to do that. So when I throw him forward, he posts his hands to stop his head going into the mat. Now this frees up a lot of space. You can use this to take the back with the hooks or a lot of different other things. What I'm going to do is put my far leg here into his hand and take this back, okay? So I trapped his arm with my leg, okay? Now I catch his other wrist and I take a Kimura grip here like this, okay? So I've got both his arms trapped. Now what I do, I post up my toes and I'm going to launch over my right shoulder, okay? Here like this. Here, okay? Now I'm in the Crucifix position, okay? So there's a few ways I can submit from here, but it's very hard for him to escape bar the submissions, okay? Because I've got his arms separated so well, okay? So first submission, what we're going to do, okay? I'm just going to rotate my hips in a little bit, here like this, okay? Now I'm going to draw my forearm back to his head so I can sort of control his head with my forearm, okay? If my arm's over here, I can't really control his head too much, okay? So I bring my arm back and I use my forearm to control his head, okay? Now I'm going to do this top leg, okay, because I'm controlling his arm with my bottom leg. I don't really need two so much. I'm going to take this leg over the top, here like this, under his chin, and then lock on a triangle here like this, okay? It's kind of a weird inverted backwards triangle, whatever you want to call it, but if I squeeze, it does pretty quickly. It's fairly unpleasant, okay? So I'm here like this in the Crucifix position. I draw my forearm back to push his head, leg goes over, under his chin, and now I lock the triangle here like this, and squeeze, and he taps. Okay? The second submission from here. Maybe I'm not quite flexible enough to get my leg over the top, or he's doing a really good job to keep his head flat to my stomach, so I can't get my leg over. No worries. All I do, I just rotate my hips back a little bit, here like this. Okay? So I just brought him further onto me. Okay? This brings his head up. Now, it's still hard for me to do the triangle here. I can't really get my leg over unless I'm super flexible. But this has exposed his head a lot more. Okay? So what I just bring this arm up and put this hand behind my head. Okay? So I can keep his arm trapped. Okay? Now this hand's free. Okay? So I've got both his arms trapped and I've got one free arm to attack his neck. So now this hand just comes, if he's ducking his chin, I can just follow his jawline straight down and find a way under there. I can either go for the lapel, now I can put this hand in behind his head and submit here, or I can go all the way through for just a single rear naked choke and squeeze here like this. Okay? So I'm here again in the Crucifix position. I was looking for the triangle, he's got his head down. I just rotate my hips back here like this to expose his head. Okay? Bring this arm up. The reason why I have to bring this arm up is because now if I just go straight for his neck and my arm's here, he's too strong. I can't control this arm now and he can defend his neck. So whilst I still have a 2-on-1 here and I can control it, I bring it up and I put my hand behind my head. Now I'm strong enough to keep his arm away from his neck. And this one can come in here and focus on choking. Get his lapel nice and deep and I drop my elbow and tap. Okay? So getting into the Crucifix again. From the turtle. Here like this. Okay? Weight centered. Okay? Now that he's defending well with his arm so I can't get in, I get the back of his collar and his butt, I throw him forward and his reaction straight away is to post with his hands. Now there's space for me to put my leg in, draw his arm back, catch his wrist, take the Kimura grip, and I'm going to throw over my right shoulder. Okay? So I jump here like this, over my right shoulder. Okay? First submission, turn my hips in, use my forearm to push his head in the right position. Top leg comes over, bottom leg locks on the triangle, Doesn't have to be fully locked on. As you can see, it's only halfway up my calf. But if I squeeze, it'll tap pretty quickly. Okay. The second one, if I can't get that for some reason, I rotate his back to expose his head. Bring his arm up, arm behind the head so I can keep this arm trapped. Okay. Now this free hand comes in under his chin, looks for the lapel as deep as I can get it, and I just draw my elbow back, and he taps. Okay.